And we welcome you to the Panther Pit, getting set for the home opener for the Panthers. It's the Robbinsville Black Knights and the Franklin Panthers, celebrating the 75th and final year of the Panther Pit. I'm George Young alongside Byron McClure. You see the band on the field. We've got about 9 minutes until we'll kick this one off. The Robbinsville Black Knights coming at 0-1 after a loss to East Surrey last Friday in a close one, 21-19. The Panthers got an impressive 33-13 victory over the Murphy Bulldogs on the Hill last Friday night. It an impressive showing for Coach Josh Brooks and the Panthers. The sun is setting. Had some rain earlier and some nasty weather, some thunderstorms, but all of that has moved out of here. It's going to be a beautiful night for football here at the Panther Pit. Byron, good to have you back with us. Mike Wood is not with us tonight, but he will be back with us throughout the rest of the season for a few games, and we'll welcome him back with open arms on the sideline. But 75th year of the Panther Pit. We've seen a lot of ball games. In fact, these two teams have played a lot over the years. 58 times these two teams have played, but they haven't played until last year for the past 13 seasons. It took a little break there after some bad blood in 2009, but got back to the rivalry last year, and Robbinsville holds a 28-25 lead in the series. So these two teams know each other, and it's good to have Robbinsville back on the schedule. A lot of fans, I know, are anticipating this matchup. You see Robbinsville across the way. They brought a lot of fans.
And always will. This is a classic Smoky Mountain Conference matchup, George, and for anybody who knows anything about football in West North Carolina, there are multiple state titles hanging over there as you enter town in Robbinsville. They take their football very seriously. And, on paper, one might say, well, why is this 3A team playing a 1A team? Other than geography, I will tell you that there's a real good reason that we play Robbinsville. They're tough. They are always tough. And the past couple of years, as most of you probably have kept up with them, have made deep runs in the state playoffs with some exceptional athletes. Some of those have graduated and moved on, but I am sure Coach Walsh and the staff there in Robbinsville is going to bring a hard-nosed, scrappy bunch, and this will be just another edition of really a hard-fought game between these two programs.
That's what most folks are anticipating. You see across the way, if our cameraman in the middle, there he is, Josh. He's running the middle camera for us tonight. The Robbinsville Black Knights are coming onto the field. The Panthers captains are coming onto the field below us. But these two teams know each other, and they have had a lot of good ball games throughout the years. Last week, Byron, the Panthers went over to Murphy. Last year did not go the way that most folks wanted. Only 2 wins last year, 2-8. Josh Brooks resigned. He's back at the helm for the second time. And it seems like all the offseason trouble has really energized this program, has maybe given a little bit of a spark to the kids that are in the program, because there's over 100 kids in the junior varsity and the varsity program here for Franklin. And we haven't seen those numbers in a long time.
Well, there's no doubt that it was a strange offseason as Coach Brooks tried to step away, and we were unable to secure a replacement. And, of course, he came back. But I do think, George, being a friend of Coach Brooks and talking to him during that time, it helped him, even with that short stint away, really galvanize his focus and the focus of his assistant coaches on getting this program back to where it has been so often in the last 20 years, and really getting back to the basics and doing the daily things, the little things that make a program be in that position. So I can tell you that a year ago you and I sat in this press box on a very hot, sultry night against Murphy, and that night was probably one of the most pitiful showings of Panther football, and I didn't hold any punches about that. But fast forward a year later, and we're in a position the other night where I was just so totally impressed with the focus of our kids, the grit, the hustle. I saw toughness. I saw quickness. I think you remember I told you a year ago, I felt like we were slow everywhere we stepped.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we looked quick the other night. We brought the physicality. We were tough. We were real tough. And, man, what a great job by Coach Brooks and his staff to get this team prepared. And like I said, get back to the things that made us successful for so many years.
Well, you see the Panthers getting ready to come on to the field. We're going to take a quick break here, come back, and we're going to kick things off in the home opener for the Panthers right after this. McClure for three, got it!
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
Sorry about that. We had some sound issues on our live stream. I think it is back and up and rolling now. We did have a penalty on the Black Knights. And that'll back them up at 2nd down and 13 for the Knights. Right up the middle with a flag coming in.
Number 8.
Flag come in like a rocket there from the white hat.
There's a flag on the play.
Most likely saw a hold. Yep.
10-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Come from that side. When the flag comes from there, that's usually what it is. So going to back the Black Knights up once again.
We'll replay 2nd down, this time and 23.
And George, while I've got a chance, let me say hello. Got 2 guys listening out there, 2 big Panther fans. Want to say hello to Billy Hanley and, of course, Michael Hanley. Michael, hang in there, buddy. Everybody loves you, praying for you. Glad you guys are tuned in tonight watching the Panthers.
So it is 2nd down and 23 now for the Black Knights after that penalty. They're going to the opposite direction. Lale got to swing it out far side. It's complete. Fighting forward goes Darian Ledbetter, and Ledbetter able to gain about 4 yards up to the 31-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 20.
And George, I know we've got some help from flags tonight, but I don't know about you, but last week watching the Panthers, this is the side of the ball that I was most impressed with. This is the side of the ball where I feel like we were so dominant last week against Murphy. And more on that in just a second after this play.
Lale drops deep in the pocket. Now going to fire. Overshoots his intended receiver. It's out of bounds as he was trying to hit Darian Ledbetter. And Ledbetter heads out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, well over his head, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And here comes the punting unit for the Black Knights. As back deep going to be Collins to send it away. And Braden Hervey stands back at his 30-yard line to receive the punt.
But about that defense, just the defensive line last week, so disciplined and allowed our linebackers to make plays.
That one's going to roll out of bounds as Hervey gave chase about the 28-yard line.
26-yard line.
That'll be the Panthers' second offensive possession with 7:38 to go here in the first quarter. Portions of tonight's ball game on FPSN, brought to you in part by Highlander Roofing Services. Having your roof replaced or repaired can be daunting. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call with offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. So, Andrew Terrell and Company will set up shop once the chain gang gets over there.
Anderson Terrell.
Excuse me.
Anderson he's too old.
Yeah, you're right about that. Anderson Terrell. Well hand right up the middle. Sutton. Attic Sutton to the line of scrimmage.
And speaking of old Terrells, Anderson's daddy, Brian Terrell, Kim Terrell, out on vacation tonight. Want to give a big shout out to them, laying somewhere near some blue water, and I'm pretty sure Tim and Amy Anders are parked right beside them, and I'm pretty sure they're watching.
Yeah. We're approaching 7 minutes left here in the first quarter as Anderson Terrell drops, heaves, has a receiver. It's Hervey, 30, 35, shakes a tackle, 40, dives forward to about the 41-yard line. That'll be enough for the Panthers to pick up the first down up to the 42-yard line. They get the 43. It'll be 1st and 10 there for the Panthers.
What you might not know about Braden Hervey is our leading rusher, but also our leading receiver on the season so far. Great set of hands. He will be our primary playmaker all year.
Well, 1st down and 10 at the 43 of the Panthers. Anderson Terrell going to work under center this time. Got to pitch it. That's Sutton in the backfield. Cuts at the 45 up to about the 46, maybe the 47-yard line before he is chopped down. A gain of right at 4, maybe 5 yards. It'll bring up second down and 6.
So fun to watch Attic Sutton and develop his leadership in this program and every program that he's involved with here at Franklin High School. Only a junior, huge part last week, along with the freshman, Garrett Young. So impressive. 23 tackles between the two of those last week at Murphy.
So it's Terrell out of the gun this time. He's going to hand off on the end around as he cuts it up at about the 48. Braylon Desarn able to gain a couple, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and short. 3rd and about 4 now for Coach Josh Brooks and the Panthers.
3rd and 5.
They're down at 5 officially. 5:24 left here in the first quarter. And again, we appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. We're breaking in some new stuff tonight. We're breaking in some new camera folks that haven't done it in a while. We're running with a bare bones staff. So bear with us. We had some issues with the audio earlier, and we did have movement on that offensive line. And who moved first is the question.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense.
Going against the defense.
5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Rarely do you see the Panther offensive line knew exactly they were not guilty there, and so did Coach Josh Brooks. So I was pretty sure that was going to go against Robbinsville. And really gets us out of a tight situation there, George.
So it's
going to give us a new set of downs.
They're going to bring up 1st and 10 at the 46 of the Robbinsville Black Knights. We took under 5 minutes left here in the first quarter of action. Andrew Terrell grabs the snap, drops, heaves, through the hands of his intended receiver. That was Attic Sutton. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Bring up 2nd down and 10.
And we'll get better at those right there as we go along through the season. But I would tell you, Anderson adds a dynamic for us this year at that quarterback spot with the ability to roll and his quickness there. And let me say, too, last week connected with Brock Bradley once in the end zone, George, if you remember, on a play, and that's something I look forward to the Panthers using here as an offensive weapon as we go along through the year. Because Brock's got great hands, so don't be surprised to see us use him from the tight end spot.
A pitch deep in the backfield. Hervey weaving his way up to the 40, out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. It's going to be a couple yards shy of the first down marker. The 3rd and short and upcoming.
McAllister Insurance, 3rd down, 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3 officially. Approaching 4 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Panthers taking their time, draining some of that clock. You're going to see a lot of that for both teams. Both ball control offenses. Shotgun for Terrell. It'll be a quarterback keep. And he is tackled after maybe a yard gain. It's a nice solo tackle by Kellen Inslee. It's going to be 4th and short now. 4th and right at 2 yards.
Anderson never could find the opening he needed to stick his neck out there and get those couple extra yards we needed. So it's going to force us into a 4th down spot here, but we clearly are going to line up and give it a go.
4th and 2. Hand to Hervey. Hervey fights his way across the 35, and that'll be enough for a Panther first down. An initial surge, he was stopped, but Braden Hervey drove those legs, Byron.
Clearly an effort first down, George. He got hit right here on about the 37 was the first pop and needed to get to the 35. And just as you said, feet kept churning, and he was able to turn that out. But that's the toughness of Braden Hervey, the senior leader, and really the guy that's going to set the tone for how this team plays in the 2024 campaign.
So it is 1st and 10 for the Panthers, and now we've got whistles. What do we have here? A flag on the far side.
Looks like going to be procedure.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It'll be a procedure against the Panthers. 5-yarder, pushes it back to the 40-yard line.
As I mentioned earlier, though, right now, Braden Hervey's still our leading receiver, so it'll be interesting to see as we move here through a few games who's going to be the guy, who's going to be the go-to receiver for the Panthers.
First and 15. Terrell drops deep, fires, receiver there, caught, flag down. About the 27-yard line. Those bowls, but let's check the marker. It is in the vicinity of offensive holding.
Yeah, and I believe it stinks, man. That flag was thrown well after the pass was completed, but it had a little bit of a takedown there. Anthony Montañez for the Panthers. Looks like maybe took a player down to the ground.
15-yard penalty, replay first down.
Yeah.
Personal foul. Yeah.
Little worse than what I thought there just from watching him get up because there was no reaction, but obviously a personal foul. So that one's going to sting. No loss of down, I don't believe, but definitely it's about first in the senior center for the Panthers.
All the way back to the 45. 25-30 officially. First and 30.
You know, you got that one tab in the playbook for first and 30, right?
$1:50 left first quarter. Shotgun for Terrell. Fires far side. Incomplete. Hervey was the intended receiver. Going to bring up second and 30.
And that was put where it was needed to be. Hervey just trying to get it and get up the field and did it a little too quickly.
We'll stop the clock with 1 minute and 42 seconds left. But again, bear with us. We're breaking in some new folks, some new equipment, and new camera folks and folks operating them. We're going to get some replays to you as we go along here tonight. Second and 30 at the 45 of the Panthers. Hervey in the backfield, dancing around. Hervey going to be slung down after about a 2-yard, maybe 3-yard gain for Braden Hervey. So it'll bring up third and a cab ride.
George Robbinsville comes in here. They did lose last week to 2A East Surrey. East Surrey, the 13th ranked team in 2A football in North Carolina. And many people might not know this, but Robbinsville still ranked highly, top 10. They're actually number 6 in the state in 1A football. And they're a tough squad. I mean, you're not just going to knock these guys around, bully them around. They've been tough through this first quarter.
Now we've got whistles, and we're going to have a timeout on the field. So we're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back right after this.
McClure for 3, got it!
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
Welcome back. Third down and 29. They're going to swing it out, and it's a double pass. Brock Bradley heaves in and out of the hands of Hervey. He had a defender, though, that was on his back. Going to bring up fourth down.
What a great play call and almost executed. Braden Hervey just unable to reel that in. Pass put, maybe hung up just a little bit, but thrown in a great spot away from the defender.
Ooh.
And Braden knows he's got to come up with that ball.
The fourth down, 29. Sinclair will kick it away. Puts his foot into it. Going to be a high spiraling kick. Hit a Panther at the 23. Roll all the way down to the goal line, but they'll mark it back here at the 22-ish.
Well, it wasn't a brush either. That was right off the dome.
No.
Right off the dome. You could hear the thud up here as it hit. So,
yep. 39.2 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now we've got a flag flying.
Kick catch interference, kicking team. The ball hit the player in air. It's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down, Robbinsville.
So, that'll push it out towards the 40-yard line. And give the Robbinsville Black Knights great field position. We'll mark it officially at the 37.
Robbinsville will start on offense at the 37.
Lale in the gun this time for Coach. Oh, check that. He's going to be under center. Lale takes the snap. Going to hand Adams. Adams weaving his way far side, and Emden had dropped it about the 42-yard line. As Aiden Sizemore took a cab ride on his back for a little bit, and then he was able to get him down at the 42. So 2nd and 5 coming up. Under 20 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Hats off to Aiden Sizemore. That's twice, George, that Adams has had a full head of steam heading off that left side. And I thought he might get the corner. But number 10, Aiden Sizemore, stepped up and made the tackle.
May be the final play of this first quarter. It will be. So we will take a break. 1 quarter in the books here at the pit, and we are scoreless. Stay with us.
McClure for 3, got it!
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
Welcome back. 12 minutes plus 1 on the scoreboard. And Robbinsville Black Knights face a 2nd and 5 as we begin the second quarter. Lale under center. This is a demand in motion. Got to pitch it. That's Adams in the backfield. Got to cut it up. Adams hemmed in and dropped at about the line of scrimmage. He may have gained a yard. It'll be 3rd and about 4 coming up for Coach D. Walsh and the Black Knights. We took under 11 minutes and 45 seconds here in the opening quarter. Good game so far. We're glad that you are with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panthers Sports Network. I'm George Young along with Byron McClure, Philip Angel, our executive producer. Josh Chastain running one of our only cameras, man, tonight. I'll get to that as we go along. We may need your help. Breaking in some new equipment tonight. Bear with us as we work through some of the bugs and bring the best broadcast we have. Lale rolling, now going to tuck it, cut it up. First down, 50, 48, 47, maybe the 46-yard line. Quarterback keep for Lale, picks up the first down into Panther territory.
Yeah, just roll out there to the left, George, and really strung the defensive along. and really had a sense for where the line of scrimmage was. And really, that way the defense have felt the threat. I mean, they could flip this over our head, but watch him right here. And then finally when he gets the line of scrimmage, just able to tuck it and go up and get those 6 or 8 yards. So Adams very, very athletic.
So back to action. 10:36 left as the ball goes right up the middle. It was Adams again for about a 4-yard scamper.
And we've done a great job, George. I was so impressed last week with not only the linebacking core, but these guys out here on the edges. Aiden Sizemore, Braylon Desarn, and their ability, Lance Parker, by the way, who just made a great play a minute ago, their ability to contain the athletes we've seen the past 2 weeks.
2nd and 5. Lael, trouble with the snap, pitches it to Adams, and he's going nowhere. It's Garrett Young, the first time we have called his number tonight. One of the young boys, and boy, was he shot out of a cannon. We'll get the replay here.
Look at this, and I'm going to tell you, his dad probably says, let the boy earn it. Well, he's earning it. That right there looks, I'm telling you, let me just tell you, folks, that's a freshman. That is a freshman. I was sitting there last week. Look at him. Look at him right there on that camera. Does he look like a freshman? My gosh.
3rd down and 8 for Lael and company as he works out of the gun. Drops deep in the pocket, being chased. Going to fire. Has a receiver caught, but he's not going to be close to the first down. He'll be about 3 yards shy. That's Luke Lovin. 4th down and about 3. With 9 minutes left here. 2nd quarter. We'll see what Coach D. Walsh does.
Garrett Young with 13 tackles last week, George. But again, let me just remind you, freshman. Mm-hmm. And like his uncles and his daddy before him, he'll play 4 years of varsity football at Franklin High School. And I'm just telling you, it's going to be special. He has got a nose for the football.
Black Knights going for it. Lael under center. Now before the whistle, before the snap, we've got a whistle.
Flag on the play.
And
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Interesting to see what that will force Coach Walsh and staff to do in terms of changing. And here we go, already getting some changes here. So we're going to drop back and get a punt as Braden Hervey will drop back.
Hervey drops for the Panthers. Kicking it away for the Robbinsville Black Knights is Isaac Collins. He sends it in the air. It's going to be a deep kick, and into the end zone it goes for a touchback. So the Panthers will take over, 1st down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Portions up tonight's broadcast on FPSN, brought to you by Longview Baptist Church in Franklin. That's where you experience Reformed theology, expository preaching, and Christ-centered worship. Been around since 1942, right across from Ruby Cinemas. Come grow with us at Longview Baptist Church. Online, find out more details, longviewbc.org. 8:16 left here in the second. Terrell drops, fires, receiver catches it at about the 8-yard line. Brock Bradley able to gain 2, 2nd down.
Well, this Robbinsville defense is pretty impressive so far, George. Not giving us a whole lot of room. And the Panther receivers have felt the pressure, and when we have been able to connect, which Anderson's got such a great little quick release out there to the outside, but still these guys are up tight, playing tight, and not giving us a whole lot of room here.
Terrell breaks the huddle and sends 2 receivers up top. One to this near side. Terrell going to hand off, late handoff in the backfield. Goes Braden Hervey. Back it goes to the line of scrimmage. Hervey will pick up no yards. We'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
And as we watch this Panther offense continue to try to find their way right here, one of the things I failed to mention earlier, George, one of the biggest changes this year for Josh Brooks, something that has changed, is he's happy to have his brother back in the fray as Jay Brooks has come back and, of course, coaching the line like he has for years. Right now the Panther O-line has really got their hands full.
Somehow able to stay on his feet is Hervey. And Hervey ran about 50 yards and got 3, maybe 4. It's going to bring him 4th down.
Well, that's a great effort by Hervey, but really shouldn't have to work that hard. We missed a block out there on the corner that we just shouldn't have. We didn't offer any resistance there to that outside man, and it forced Braden back up inside. And luckily on those kind of plays, with as much work as you're having to do, it didn't result in a fumble or a loss.
Well, the punting unit on again. Both teams have had some practice punting in tonight's first half. That one hits right at the 50-yard line, and then Karam's out of bounds. So that's exactly where the Robbinsville Black Knights will take over, right at the 50. They'll mark it inside of Panthers territory at the 49 officially.
And that'll be a field position win right there for Robbinsville to have to give that ball up like they did on the penalty and then hold the Panther offense to a spot where the punt, they're on our side of the field in our territory.
Just about 6 minutes left here in the first half. It'll be Adams under center. Bryce Adams, hands off. Far side. To the 40, 38, 37-yard line goes Cooper Adams. He's going to pick up a Robbinsville first down. Will Cooper Adams. That'll move the sticks. Coach D. Walsh. Mark it at the 38. So we swing under 5 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the opening half. Coming up at the half, fans want to stick around because we'll have the halftime performance for the Panther Marching Regiment, as they'll perform one song in their show. First down. Handoff going nowhere for the Black Knights. Snowed under at the line of scrimmage
Adams on the carry, tackle by
is
Young.
Quinn Jumper.
On the play, 2nd down and 10.
George, as we get ready for this big 2nd down play, I want to say I got a couple of shout-outs here to Patrick Moore and the crew down in Florida listening in tonight. And also someone here, I've blocked their number, but they still keep texting me. I think this might be Scott Maslin. Maslin, glad you're listening.
You just deleted the contact, so it comes up some strange number, right?
Yeah.
2nd and 10, no gain on first down. Adams takes out, pitches to Adams. It's Cooper Adams. He is slung down well behind the line of scrimmage.
Lance Parker, Avery Carpenter.
Able to sling Cooper Adams all the way back to the 45. That marked forward progress at the 41.
And like I told you coming into this game, George, that was the marked difference for me in the first game of the season last year versus this year. Just the quickness on defense, the pursuit, how many hats we had at the point of attack last week against Murphy, and it's continued tonight. We've played great defense.
Bryce Adams, shotgun, drops, deep, scans, goes deep, has a receiver on the far side of the field. A lot of contact, incomplete, and I see no flags. So
yeah,
4th down.
No flag there. That contact was actually brought on by the offensive player trying to come back to an underthrown ball, and the defensive player actually was facing the ball. Now, had he been turned away, maybe a different story, but he was actually looking. I think that was Sizemore sort of caught flat-footed. Wasn't necessarily making a move toward the ball, but certainly looking back that way.
Hervey going to drop back to his 10-yard line, awaiting the punt from Isaac Collins as the Knights punt it away. They get Rodney and Warren almost. Is it blocked? Yes, it is. Panthers get in there and block it. And it rolls all the way back to the 36-yard line. That's where the Panthers take over 1st and 10.
That's an exciting play. Of course, I get just a little bit tickled when I watch these guys. They act like we have to get the football for it to be our football, and no, we don't, because it was a 4th down play. But
have an injured Black Knight. It looks like it's the punter. It is. Isaac Collins. He may have had the wind knocked out of him as he was walloped.
Looks like he's going to be okay.
3:46 left here in the first. Glad that you're with us on YouTube and Facebook as we are just across the top of the hour of 8 o'clock. I'm George Young alongside Byron McClure. Mike not with us tonight. He's going to be with us throughout the season. We've got another broadcast coming up next Friday here at the Pit as it's the Swain County Maroon Devils at the Panther Pit. Always brings a nice crowd. There is a really nice crowd on hand here tonight. Terrell takes out, hands to Hervey. Hervey, big hole right up the middle. Fights through a defender. Hervey across the 25 down to the 24-yard line. That'll be enough for a Panther first down to move the chains.
197 yards last week at Murphy. Again, he is the heart and soul right here for this team. I've often said Attic Sutton is clearly a leader, but the fire's got to come from number 11, Braden Hervey.
Robbinsville, their first time out of the half.
You see the hole that Hervey made his way through as Robbinsville calls timeout. They're going to talk things over. Portions of tonight's broadcast on FPSN brought to you by First Citizens Bank, founded in Smithville, North Carolina, and managed by the same family for over 33 generations. They've been helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first, and member FDIC. So coming up at the half, want to stick around because we're going to carry the entire Panther Marching Regiment halftime show, which will be only one song tonight, so it'll be a pretty quick show. But then after we see the Panther Marching Regiment perform, we'll talk to the band director. Had a chance to catch up with Daniel Ball this week, and we'll chat all things band coming up at the half. 3:32 left. Panthers at the 24 of the Robbinsville Black Knights. 1st and 10, flags flying. And our referee
false start, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
will let us know it's a false start.
George, it's the beginning of the year. I get so excited to know that people are watching us, and want to give a shout out people all over the country. Mark Young is in Batesville, Georgia tonight, has us tuned in. And Jeff Graham is in El Segundo, Los Angeles, California. Just sent me a picture. He's got his laptop open, watching the Panthers on FPSN.
Unless we have somebody overseas, which we probably do. That may be the farthest person that has let us know. Deep drop for Terrell. Heaves it. Has a receiver. Fighting.
Got to be. Oh, my goodness.
And incomplete. Braylon DeZarn and the defender were fighting. And he wanted a flag, but it's going to be Brock Bradley, not DeZarn. 8, not 2. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 15 after the incomplete pass.
Again, Brock poised really to be a leading receiver for us this year. And again, if you're a Panther football fan, just a year ago, he was taking the snaps. And in a sign of true leadership, he's moved out here. Anderson's now the quarterback, and Brock's helping the team in a big way as a receiver.
DeZarn goes in motion. Terrell hands to Hervey. And Hervey making his way through defenders. Hervey breaks free at the 10-5. Touchdown, Franklin.
Just another testament to the fire that Braden Hervey brings. The kid doesn't take no for an answer. He comes to the house. He cracks me up. He's one of my favorite. Watch him take this handoff here. And really on a night where he's had to work for everything, just trying to figure out where can I get some daylight. Slides off a tackle there, hits a guy, and then cuts it back to the right, and he's off to the races. One of the things really nice about Braden Hervey this year, he come in a little bit lighter than last year. George, he is quick.
And the extra point is up, and the extra point is good. So the Panthers draw first blood, 3:15 left in the first half. We'll take a break. Stay with us. Will Sinclair going to tee it up and kick it away. He's got a monster leg. That one is in the air and about 5 yards deep into the end zone it goes.
That's really nice to have really two good live legs on the squad like Coach Josh Brooks does. You know, George, I mentioned earlier as we were going to break, actually, I was talking about Braden Hervey in the shape that he came into the football season this year versus last year. Let me just say, overall, again, in this press box, you heard me say last year, I felt like our kids were slow. And this year we look so much quicker to the point of attack, so much quicker and so much more aggressive. And that is a testament to, again, what you said earlier. There's been this rebirth of excitement. These kids have worked hard for months leading up to the season.
Adams hands off right up the middle. No gain for Cooper Adams. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Robbinsville Black Knights.
Tackle by Carver.
High Carver in there.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
Second. 10 yards to go. Under 3 minutes left here in this second half or second quarter, first half of action. You know, all the technology we have, and we have to keep up with all kinds of stuff. I'm looking through our comments. Adams drops deep, heaves far side, has a receiver. Did he get a foot down? Yes, he did. Drug the feet across the way, did Darian Ledbetter. There is a flag, though, back at the line of scrimmage.
Probably going to be a hold, and it will negate a pretty nice.
Ineligible player downfield.
Oh, okay.
Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Didn't catch which one that was, but a really nice throwing catch there.
That wasn't a long developing play. He must have released really early. Second down and 15 with 2:26 left in the second. Panthers up 7-0. Again at the half. Stay with us, fans. We've got a halftime show for you, including the Panther Regiment Marching Band and Daniel Ball, the band director. We'll talk to him as well. Back to the 15-yard line. That penalty pushes the Black Knights. Adams fires right down the seam. Cooper Adams had it briefly. I don't know if it was knocked away, but he had a step.
Well, Braden Hervey will have to come off the field, I think, because he lost his helmet. But, man, what a dandy play he makes here to save the day. Watch as, well, who was it, Adams that slips up the seam there? No, yep, 17 Adams.
Oh,
woo, Braden Hervey, thank you, because that could have been painful right there.
So it is 3rd down and 15 for the Black Knights. Adams grabs the shotgun snap, drops deep in the pocket. Going to fire, has a receiver, and if he caught it, it's a first down.
They're going to call him
yes.
in.
Luke Lovin
Looks like it's across the 30 or right.
Caught it, drug his feet, and it's a yard on the other side of the line to gain, so it's a first down, a gain of 16 for the Black Knights. That'll mark it at the 30-yard line. It'll stop the clock with 2:13 left here in the opening half.
Hellos and howdies continue to pour in.
Yeah.
from across the country, George. We'll mention those here in just a second.
Under center is Adams this time. He hands to Cooper Adams, and he's going to be slung down in the backfield for a couple-yard loss. Getting in there, looks like Lance Parker shot the gap and able to sling him down for a three-yard loss, 2nd and 13.
Lance having a good night, George. Watch this here. Watch him work his way up in there.
Yeah, it was also.
Oh, okay. Avery.
Yeah.
Avery Carpenter.
Avery Carpenter in there. And then Parker able to clean it up. 2nd down and 12. Loss of 2 on 1st down. And Cooper Adams, he's going to be chopped down to the line of scrimmage. Bring up 3rd and long now for Coach D. Walsh.
Adams on the carry, tackled by Carpenter. 2nd and 10.
Look through the playbook and see what they got here. George, we sure do miss our guy, Mike Wood, right?
Absolutely.
Miss you, Mike. Mike's en route to Germany this week. So, again, people listen all over the place. And Greg Trawick, Cowboy, down in Mobile, Alabama, listening tonight.
3rd and a long way, and that one's just going to be heaved out of bounds. It'll stop the clock with 61 seconds left. 4th down and 10 yards to go for the Black Knights. They'll bring on the punting unit and punt it away to the Panthers. 7-0. Panthers scored in this quarter if you just joined us. We appreciate you tuning in tonight on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Absolutely free of charge. And we do it with the support of our sponsors. And almost blocked again. Collins sends it in the air. Going to hit at the 48, and then it's going to chip up there. And they're going to mark it at the 49. 51.8 seconds left. The Panther O comes back out onto the field. We'll see what Coach Josh Brooks draws up offensively.
Almost got it again. And, George, I thought we were going to get a running into the kicker penalty there.
There was a lot of contact.
I don't want one, but, I was waiting.
Panthers going to spread the field. Twins to both sides as Terrell works in the gun, and now timeout.
D-Walsh says, what is this witchcraft you've proposed here?
What, they're going to throw the
Franklin
ball?
Panthers in 4 wide?
A forward pass?
They'll want to talk about it.
Well, we've got a timeout on the field. It gives me an opportunity to ask you the question. Do you want your business to get more business? Well, you need to talk to us here at FPSN and advertise with us. You can send me an email, george@backlotcinema.com. You can send us a message via our social media platforms. Give us a call, 828-524-1597, or you can even drop by our offices at 185 Franklin Plaza Drive, right next to Dalton's Christian Bookstore. And you can find out how affordable our advertising options can be for your business. The fastest growing advertising medium is digital and live streaming. Don't be left behind by your competition. Let us design a marketing plan with you on FPSN. Coach D. Walsh going to call a defensive timeout, talk it over. The critical last minute of this ball game. Panthers at midfield. It really gives you the entire playbook. Terrell shotgun again. It's a 4-wide set. Drops deep. Now going to be chased. Heave it. In the middle of the field. Has a receiver diving play, and he can't make it.
Woo.
Lance Parker.
Oh.
There is a flag, though.
Maybe it took a little while to develop. We have somebody downfield here. Let's see. Maybe an ineligible guy downfield, maybe.
We'll find out here in a second. Oof. Well, Mark Sutton said there was a flag, but I don't think there was. I think you see, and there's looks like a piece of paper or some type of a handkerchief out on the field. Handoff Sutton. Sutton got to turn the corner and race out of bounds after about a 8, maybe a 9-yard gain. He's close to the sticks. Still going to be short.
On the 43-yard line.
3rd down. They're actually going to mark it back at the 45. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Addicts had a chance to cut it back upfield, but took it out. Able to get some yardage. Want to say hello to Gary and Vicky Carpenter listening in Brevard, North Carolina tonight.
Hand goes right up the middle for no gain. Sutton got the handoff, but could not get a little bit of a seam.
Timeout, Franklin, their second timeout of the half.
Franklin going to call timeout with 30.2 seconds left. 4th and 3 coming up. They will discuss, and we'll see if the offense stays out or I want to pin them deep here. It's in that no man's land. Can't really kick a field goal. Although with the leg of Will Sinclair.
Yeah, impressive.
Portions of tonight's game on FPSN being proudly brought to you by Corbin Dental, locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care right here in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service to the community, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. I mentioned next Friday we'll have another broadcast here on YouTube and Facebook. It's the Swain County Maroon Devils that will invade the pit. And it'll be a 7:30 kickoff just like tonight, so we invite you to join us here on the free platforms of Facebook and YouTube. Panthers stay out on offense. 4th down. Deep drop for Terrell. Fires. Incomplete through the hands of his intended receiver.
We've got to catch these. That was Peyton King there, and he'll catch his fair share over the years, George. But how impressive is Anderson right here? Man, the feet, and how quick is that release, right?
Yeah, that's the one thing I noticed last week, Byron, sitting in the stands and watching that game, the poise of this youngster.
Yeah.
He's just a sophomore, but the poise in the pocket, he's able to roll and make good decisions. Did throw a pick last week, but you expect that from a young kid, and he's going to learn, and he has really been on target tonight. His receivers haven't helped him out.
You can't rattle Bubs. I got a funny story here for you.
Adams going to swing it out. He's got a receiver. It's caught. Look out. Down to about the 40-yard line. It was Ledbetter who made his way to the 37. We'll stop the clock briefly. Robbinsville has one timeout left. Clock stops as quarterback Adams will spike it. 10 seconds left, one timeout for Robbinsville. They've got the playbook here with 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Speaking about the poise of Anderson Terrell, he was about 5 years old one time, George, and we had a coach pitch team that Max, I was coaching their team, and we were beating the brakes off everybody, 10, 15 runs. We were playing Bubby's team one Saturday. He come over and just tapped me on the shorts and said, "We're going to beat you today," and just walked off. 5 years old.
Now another timeout.
Franklin, their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
This is going to be Franklin's turn to talk it over. And again, we will keep it right here as we don't want to miss this final 10 seconds of this second quarter. Been a great ball game so far. Hopefully you've enjoyed it here on the Franklin Panthers Sports Network, YouTube and Facebook. Again, absolutely free, something that Robbinsville doesn't enjoy, or Swain, the next opponent that we will face here at the pit. It is now pay-per-view service for the Maroon Devil Network. So we appreciate you tuning in, but patronize our sponsors and jump on board. We've got a lot of interest this year, and really, honestly, we don't have enough time to get to everybody. We're going to get some folks in line for next week's broadcast of the Maroon Devils. Also on Tuesday, we'll have some volleyball action, the first volleyball broadcast. The Panthers undefeated coming into the game against North Henderson on Tuesday night. Out of the timeout at 2nd and 10 for Adams and company. Drops, pocket holes, fires, far side, and incomplete. And now a flag flies.
Oh, no.
2 defenders.
Oh, no.
Came in and knocked it away. The pass was intended for Darian Ledbetter.
Pass interference, defense, 15-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
Do we have a replay on that?
15-yard penalty back from the original line.
And maybe I'm wrong. I'm assuming they're calling out on the second defender. Oh, no.
So it's going to bring up 1st and 10. That's going to push it down to the 22-yard line. 4 seconds left, though. There is one timeout for Robbinsville. But if you're going to go to the end zone, really got one play here, Byron, with how slow some of these plays are developing. Got to credit that Robbinsville offensive line has really held the pocket for Adams so far in this first half. I'm sure Coach Jay Brooks will talk about that in the half. I think it's some pressure on Adams. He's going to work under center. Drops. Looking over the middle. Has a receiver. No, it's going to be intercepted. Picking it out of the air is Braden Hervey, and that's going to end the first half here at the pit. Halftime. The Panthers up 7-0 over the Robbinsville Black Knights. Fans have gotten their money's worth so far here, Byron. This has been an impressive ball game, and both teams outside the penalties for Robbinsville played pretty well.
Well, nobody's lighting up the scoreboard, and that's because, like we said at the onset, these are two tough teams. We knew Robbinsville was not going to be a pushover. Again, ranked 6th in 1A, and they're Robbinsville. They play tough football every year. It doesn't matter the talent level that they bring in, if it's exceptional or it's just, another year of Robbinsville football. They play so tough. But again, I'm just so impressed with the quickness, the toughness, the leadership that I'm seeing from certain members of the Panthers, and it trickles. That trickles down through a team when you got guys like Braden Hervey and Attic Sutton who are being real leaders on a football team and paving the way. And again, like I mentioned, not just tonight, the work leading up to the season, you see a remarkable difference in the 2024 Panther squad.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. You see the band coming onto the field. We're going to take a quick break, come back. We'll have the halftime performance, and then Daniel Ball, the director of bands, will join us. Stay with us.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC. Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
Getting set for their halftime performance here at the pit. Glad that you are with us. George Young back with you. And we will bring up Mark Sutton, our public address announcer.
Marching Regiment.
As I mentioned a couple of times during the broadcast, in the first half, they're going to perform their first song in their show, so it'll be an abbreviated show tonight, and then we'll talk with Daniel Ball, who you see walking on the bottom left side of your screen there. He has the same hairstyle I do. And that's the Panther Marching Regiment and the first song in their show. We're going to take a break, and we're going to hear from Daniel Ball, the director of bands, right after this.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
Welcome back here at the half. I'm George Young, now joined by Daniel Ball. He's the band director here at Franklin High School. You just saw the band performing here at the half of the regular season opener at home. So last week they didn't perform on the road. That's usually the case, but It's good to talk to you for the first time here on FPSN. Me and Buddy Huckabee had a long relationship on the radio. We talked a lot at the half and then in the pregame show. And last year, unable to catch up with you. But this is your first full year under your belt. I'm sure it's been a whirlwind, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been crazy. And yeah, it's good to see you. Good to talk with you. I know you and Buddy, I've watched those interviews and done that, watched that stuff with y'all. But yeah, last year was a complete whirlwind. Came in, really officially got the position one day before we started rehearsing and practicing. So it was like, hey, you're the band director and go. So had band camp last year and just kind of rode the wave of that first year. But it was a great year. Kids did a phenomenal job. The transition years are always tough, especially when you have a 20-year veteran of a director like Mr. Huckabee. They've laid down a culture and a foundation. You don't want to ruin that. It can be nerve-wracking because they've built a beautiful thing, and you want to grow it and you want it to continue going in the right direction. So I think the kids did a phenomenal job with the transition last year, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, it's year number 2, Daniel, and obviously you guys have been practicing as long or even longer than the football team throughout the summer and even into the spring of last year, getting prepared for the marching band season, which it is here. You guys obviously are going to perform at the half of home football games, some on the road as well, and then your competition schedule is coming up. Talk about your show. Talk about what folks can expect when they come out and see you guys at halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. Our show is called Behind the Mask. It is a metaphorical mask. There might be some mask in the show, but it's more about the mask that we wear as individuals. So it might be as simple as going down the street and someone asks you how you're doing, and you say, "I'm good," when really you might have something on your mind, or you might be dealing with something that you don't really want them to know. Or it could be something more severe. It could be you're really having a hard time and you're trying to keep that in and not let the world show how you're actually doing. So our show features music from Phantom of the Opera, which is the Masquerade. It features a piece called Smile, which is by a silent comedian, Charlie Chaplin. And Charlie actually suffered with depression. And so he wrote Smile to talk about how he felt when he had to go and do these movies when he was really struggling on the inside. And we know a lot of comedians, or a good amount of comedians, tend to struggle with depression, and then they go on and make everyone else laugh when they themselves are struggling. And then finally, our closer, which is our last song, is This Is Me from The Greatest Showman, which is finally this moment of I can be who I want to be. I can show the world who I actually am. And you'll see a lot of that both visually in the show. Our props will kind of show that, and we won't have our props quite yet. They'll be towards the end when October and November, so please come out and see that. But yeah, I'm really excited for the show. It can be a very emotional show and a very connected show for the students.
Of course, we've talked about it. Everybody knows that you can see the band at half of home football games, Daniel, but you guys go on the road. You guys compete in competitions on Saturday, and you were talking about the fact that almost all of your competitions are within an hour or two of Macon County, so it gives an opportunity for folks to travel and see you guys in the competitions. Talk about your competition schedule, and when does that begin?
Yeah, so we this year, we've been able to schedule our competitions so that 2 of them are in the Asheville area. We get started at the end of September 28th, I believe it is. And that's at Inca High School. It's a great chance to come on out. It's not too far away. After that, we go down to Georgia, which is Douglas County High School, and come back to North Carolina the weekend after that at AC Reynolds. And then we finish off with what we kind of consider our peak performance, our championship, if you will, which is Sprayberry High School, and that's down and back again in Georgia. But yeah, once we start going that September 28th weekend, we don't stop. We keep going all the way to the end. It's back-to-back weeks for us.
So less than a month, less than really 3 weeks until you start your first competition. Obviously, you guys have the signature
fruit sale that is currently ongoing. Talk about your fundraisers and how folks can help out.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of fundraisers, and there'll be fundraisers throughout the year. Right now, we are doing a fundraiser with verticalraise.org. And what that is there's some links or an email that can be sent out to you if you're interested. Just see a band member, and it's just a donation based. We have certain goals that each of the kids want to hit. Some punishments for me if they hit those goals, including and not limited to dyeing and or shaving my beard. I'm sorry, Maddie. That's my wife. She said she'd kill me. So hopefully they don't get that, but also hopefully they do.
You can't shave your head like me because you don't have any hair.
Oh, thanks.
But we have the beard, so I guess that's a trade-off.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, now this thing's like one of my pride and joys, and so it's having to shave it off. It's a big goal for them to reach, but I think they got it. And we also do have our fruit sale that will be going on towards the end of October and into November. So just in time for those Christmas gifts coming out to you. Again, see a band kid, feel free to email me, contact me at the school, and we can get you hooked up with it.
Well, it's always good to catch up with what's happening in the marching band. We obviously carry it here on FPSN each and every home football game, and I know a lot of folks watch it. I hear from those folks if we don't carry all of the performance. So we look forward to seeing you guys perform even more of the show next Friday.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll only be doing our opener. That's just what you saw right then. After that, we'll be adding more every single week. So keep coming out, keep supporting the Panthers, both the football team and the band.
That's been Daniel Ball, the band director here at Franklin High School. Stay with us. We've got more to come here at the half. Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville, your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
Welcome back at the half. Panthers up on the Black Knights of Robbinsville, 7-0. Both teams are back out of the locker room, and we are just about a minute and 20 seconds until we will kick off this third quarter. Rodney Van Hook not with Warren tonight and the stat crew, so we don't have any stats for you, unfortunately. We want you back here, Rodney. Where are you, Rodney? You're probably watching. Yeah, we need you here for the halftime stats, but these two teams, old-fashioned slobber knocker, I believe you would call it, Byron, in that first half. Very evenly matched. You see it on the scoreboard. But we talked about this in between the band competition or the band performance and the interview there that, I'll tell you, you look at the scoreboard, it's 7-0, but the Panthers left a lot of points out on that field.
Yeah, we just there's no way around it. We simply dropped passes, and we dropped some very significant. I mean, we dropped a handful of passes. I can think of two that probably would have led to scores, and or at least one, and another would have got us down inside the 10, 15-yard line. But again, that is things in the past, things you cannot change, but things you can change moving forward. I really like the way Anderson Terrell looks moving around the pocket and how quickly he delivers the football. So Panther receiving core going to step up their game, and we'll see some points scored in the second half.
So Sinclair will squib it, or was it a onside kick?
Wait a minute.
I believe it was an onside kick, and the Panthers have recovered.
I've got to see that because I'm going to tell you what I think happened.
There you go, Byron.
I think he hit. I think it was not an onside kick, and I think just beyond 10 yards stood the Robbinsville defender.
That's the wrong view there.
But it ricocheted off of him. I mean, it was kicked hard. We got to see that. I am very curious, but I'm
searching for it.
I don't think it was an onside. I think it was just a kick that came out low unintentionally.
No.
Yep.
It's freezing up. All right, we're back to action here. It's 1st and 10. Hand goes to Hervey. Hervey, some open space, turns the corner at the 40. At the 30, takes on a defender. Another defender dives down to the 16.
Uncle Mo is on the back of the Panther football team right now. Watch this. Out of the huddle, out of the locker room, and we're working through some new software here, people. But what a tremendous play, Braden Hervey again. I just got to tell you, the kid came in to this 2024 season in such great shape. He is quick, he is strong, he is fast. He has much more endurance than he did a year ago at this time.
Terrell under center, hands to Hervey. He's going to shake one defender.
He's not
Stay
done.
on his feet. Down to the 10, down to about the 9-yard line.
He's not done. You're going to have to bring it to get him down. You're going to have to bring it, and you're going to have to tackle fundamentally to tackle number 11, Braden Hervey.
So it's a gain of 8. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 yards to go. They'll mark it right at the 10-yard line. Terrell settles under center. Hands to Sutton. Sutton stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. No gain for Attic Sutton. So it's going to bring up 3rd and short, 3rd and 2.
Not a whole lot of room, not a whole lot of options there for Attic Sutton as he was staring down a Robbinsville defender right from the jump.
And there is a flag on the play.
Oh, there is a flag?
Going to be a flag, and the Panthers are
yeah,
happy about it.
I see it now. It's over in the Robbinsville side of the field. See it there at the 10.
Yeah, I can tell you, we haven't really said anything about it.
Conduct against Robbinsville.
Oh.
There's been
half the distance to the goal results in a first down.
There's been some chirping tonight between these two teams, and I'm not going to say it's one-sided, but what I can tell you is when the referees first catch someone doing it, that's who's going to get flagged, and that's what just happened.
So it's going to be 1st and goal for the Panthers. We'll mark it at the 5-yard line. I want to watch our big screen here because I cannot see out of this window. At the 5, Hervey gets the call. Hervey to about the 2-yard line.
Braden Hervey on the carry.
He's 2nd and goal now from the 3.
Hervey taking some hits on that one, still able to get some yardage. Thankfully, the personal foul, though, gave us a whole new set of downs, so it's still only 2nd down. The Panthers will line up inside the 5-yard line of Robbinsville.
Hand to Hervey again, right up the middle. Hervey pushing forward. He is in. Touchdown, Franklin.
Well, again, you can chalk that up to great play up front, but right there, the kid you see on your screen, number 11, the heart and soul, the heartbeat of this team, number 11. He's going to be the kid that brings it every week for the Panthers. And that was all him, that whole drive. Just not going to be denied.
The extra point is up, and the extra point is good.
Panthers lead 14-0.
So the Panthers now up 14-0. in the third quarter as we head to a break. Stay with us.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
As the kick is away, going to be gathered at about the 20-yard line and up to the 27. That's where the Robbinsville Black Knights will take over first down and 10. 9:19 left here in the third, as it's Robbinsville's first offensive possession here in this second half. As we began the broadcast, Byron, it's the 75th anniversary of the Panther Pit, 1949 to 2024. And there's some special stuff that's going to be happening over the next few weeks. And we'll talk about that here in a few moments as Adams works under center. Going to hand to Adams. That's Cooper Adams. And he is going nowhere. Garrett Young on the tackle. He's going to sling him back behind the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Panther defense still in charge here. And, George, you had someone there on the thread a minute ago, a former player, asking, hey, look, I've been away for a while. What's happening? What did I miss? And here's the high-level overview. The school board and the county commissioners have approved, and we have received a grant to start construction of a new high school. And immediately after the last game of the season here in the pit, I'll let this play develop.
Adams fires and incomplete as he was trying to hit jumper at about the 32.
Immediately after the completion of the final game,
November 1st.
And I think this was Tony Chipman that was asking this. But right after November 1st, crews will begin moving dirt from the upper field here just to the east of the gym down this way toward the football field. All of this stuff you have in here right now, the improvements like the bathrooms and the press box and everything, the bleachers, they're all gone. They're out. The goalposts are gone and everything's gone because dirt's going to be brought down here. This field will be brought to a level, as I understand it, just about level with the street, Waya Street behind us.
Third down over the middle, incomplete on the seam route. It was Cooper Adams well over his head, and that's going to bring out fourth down, and here comes the punting unit for the Robbinsville Black Knights.
And additionally, George, this field, when it resurfaces, not only will it be higher in elevation, so to speak, it will be east of us as we sit right now, some 150 to 100 yards, right? So the mock-up is for a gym to be on the south side of the campus that immediately goes out into a press box area and bleachers to a synthetic field that, again, will be a little bit east of where we are now. Not a great deal, maybe 75, 100 yards, but definitely built up. They're going to bring a lot of field dirt in here, and it should be at final grade somewhat level with Waya Street here that we're looking at across the field.
You have a flag back at the point of the punt.
Holding, kicking team, 10-yard penalty, replay, fourth down.
So they're going to kick it again, and it'll back them up 10 yards. And the only thing that's going to be recognizable here in the football vicinity, the football field that they're going to build, is the surroundings.
Right.
Nothing's going to be here. None of the stands. There's not going to be natural grass. The lighting is going away. This press box that Mike Wood likes to call the mobile home,
yeah,
it's going away.
Yeah, all the improvements will be out of here. New bleachers and everything. That's going to be.
That is going to hit it about the 45. Be picked up at the 48 by Hervey. He's going to take off. Hervey fighting his way Still fighting at the 40-yard line. He's going to be dropped. Panthers have great field position in Robbinsville territory. And they'll set up shop 1st and 10.
So no big, great relocation. Just a slight relocation, elevated up from what it is now and a little bit east of where it's at, but totally a different look, synthetic field and everything.
First down, Franklin.
Oh, it's an illegal blindside block. That is going to be a 15-yarder, a big penalty. That'll push it onto the other side of the 50. Didn't see the blindside block. It'll push it back to the 45 of the Panthers. That's where they'll take over 1st and 10. Portions of tonight's ball game on FPSN brought to you by First Citizens Bank. Keep it helping families with their finances, families and businesses for over 25 years. It's First Citizens Bank. On first down, deep drop, firing, Terrell, complete at the 50, 45. Desarn able to get up to about the 43 before he is knocked out of bounds. That'll be about an 8-yard pass completion. They're going to say about a 12-yard pass completion. Nice. That'll move the sticks.
Braylon knew it. He got up and called it first thing, and really a good sign there to get him involved in the offense. Kid's got good wheels. Get the football to him and let him go to work. Want to say hello to Karen Van Hook, loyal Panther fan. Karen, where is your son? I have no stats.
2 receivers up top. First down, pitch, Hervey. And he is going to weave his way to the 40, 38, maybe the 37-yard line. I'm going to mark him back at the 40. About a 3-yard gain for Braden Hervey. And we talked about the Panther Pit, talked about some of the celebrations. Also going to have a couple of documentaries that we're going to produce along with a lot of folks. There's about 10 folks on the committee, including myself and you, Byron. A lot of folks are helping out with this documentary, interviewing folks, getting a lot of history and getting some of the former football coaches, some of the former administrators. And hopefully that will drop on YouTube and Facebook at the beginning of October. Hand goes to Hervey, and he is upended and going nowhere. Loss of about 3 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 10.
And we're having a good time, right, doing this research.
A lot of people are having a good time.
Yeah, we're having a really good time. So many awesome stories, and it's so funny how humble this whole thing started, and then over the years you realize that just like anything else we have here in Macon County, and particularly Franklin, it is never the push never comes from the government side. Like, it's not some big wad of money that they say, hey, we're going to build a new stadium. It's always the residents
that
down start this.
And long, going deep into double coverage, and it's going to be picked off at the 12-yard line by Darian Ledbetter. That kind of is like a punt. That'll back it up to the 13 or 14.
Yeah, and Anderson probably didn't get that deep as deep as he wanted to. But I will say this, too, that both the learning process, not only for him, but for the receiver there, Brock Bradley, who, look, I'm not saying he didn't want to find the football, but couldn't find the football. And a lot of times your offensive guy, your receiver, if he can't make the catch, if he can at least keep the other team from making the catch, it's a key thing. But Brock unable to find it. So something that those two will improve as they are sort of developing in their new roles.
Adams under center for the Black Knights on first down. Going to hand to Cooper Adams, and Cooper tries to turn the corner, but he's going nowhere. It's like Sutton in there on the tackle for the Panthers. Also, Garrett Young going to get up off the pile. We'll bring up second down and about 8 yards to go, as it is a 2-yard gain for Adams and company. Robbinsville Black Knights on a 2-game losing streak coming in to tonight's contest. Lost last Friday at East Surrey, and then in the late rounds of the playoffs last year to Mount Airy. Panthers, before last Friday, were on a 5-game losing streak. Quick handoff up that gave it back to the quarterback. I believe he had it in the belly of the
Whale on the keeper.
running back, and then at the last minute, Adams took it back, and he gets up to about the 20-yard line. It's still going to be
About 3rd down and 2.
3 yards shy of the first down, so 3rd and 2 yards to go officially.
Clock continuing to run, already down to under 5 minutes here in the third quarter. Big play. Panther Pit's not in mid-season form yet. We should be louder right now on the 3rd and short.
Adams under center. Drops, fires.
There we go.
And it's incomplete as he was trying to hit Ledbetter on the far side at about the sticks.
Brings up 4th down.
25-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down. And will Coach D. Walsh roll the dice, and it looks like he's going to punt it away.
Going to punt it away. And we got lucky right there. Aiden Pitt's just a step or two away from really having any bearing on that play. But luckily that pass was thrown just a little short and wide for the receiver, unable to come up with it.
Isaac Collins will kick it away. It's Hervey back at his 50-yard line. You see on screen, awaiting the Collins punt. He had one blocked earlier. He gets that one away. It's going to be a nice punt. And Hervey able to secure it at the 42. Tiptoeing, taking on a defender. And Hervey snowed under at the 42. Uh-oh, we got more flags.
Well, you know, like I said, this has been going on. And, oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
I'll see who it's going against is the question at this point, because there was a lot of jawing.
Well, 88 there as he got up. He took a little extra shot and rolled over Braden, and Braden took offense to it. And usually, unfortunately, it's that second guy. It's the reaction. But watch here. He's doing a little bit of extra pushes, then cleats him a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just those little things, right? It's those little things. And Hervey is strung tight, man. You know, like I said, he is the heart and soul here. And that's tough sometimes in football to keep your composure when something like this happens. But the referees are talking about this for a long time, so I don't know. We'll see. It could be offsetting.
Portions of our broadcast tonight brought to you by Longview Baptist Church of Franklin. When you attend Longview Baptist, you experience Reformed theology, expository preaching, and Christ-centered worship. They've been around since 1942, right across from Ruby Cinemas off 441. Come grow with us.
There are multiple fouls
at
on the
Longview.
play. Personal foul on the offense and a personal foul on the defense. After the play, personal foul on the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. Will be applied from the previous spot. Half the distance to the goal. Fourth down.
Oh, wow.
So Robbinsville says, I'll match you and I'll raise you one.
There's 3 penalties offsetting on the play penalties, and then the dead ball one is going to be assessed.
I love all the extra messages we're getting from here. So Bobby Wallace is listening tonight. Bobby swears up and down. Speaking of stories from the pit, Bobby swears up and down Roscoe Lewis come out of the stands and tackled a player one night. Bobby.
Give us the year.
Come on, Bobby.
Want footage of this. You know, that's the one thing that we have been, and you may if you have followed us on our social media channels. So we're going to have another punt here. And it's going to be over the punter's head and out of the back of the end zone. That'll be a safety.
High and wide, that's a safety for the Panthers.
It's now 16-0. Franklin. 4:13 left here in the third quarter.
And I'm afraid this jawing has not stopped. We're going to see this again. We're going to see. There's going to be some more laundry. It's continuing out here on the field. But
I think our replay is spitting and sputting throughout tonight.
Yes, it is. It's certainly missing a cylinder there.
All snakes in the system as we are in a timeout here, as both teams obviously will go to their respective sidelines, and we'll have a free kick. But what I was talking about before the errant snap over the punter's head and the safety, we've been talking about it on our social media channels of Franklin Panther Sports Network, the Instagram and Facebook pages, asking for video, asking for photos, and also stories. And we've gotten a number of those. And we've gotten a ton of information from really 49, a few from in the 50s and in the 60s, The 70s and the 80s, we've got some actual footage from the 80s, but the 70s, I mean, you had your 1976 state championship game. We haven't gotten a lot with pictures, and obviously there wasn't video like we have today. There's some 8mm film, we believe.
Video's harder to get, harder to digitize.
That's
but
very hard.
But certainly, George, as we're looking, we'd love to have folks send in to you anything they have in the way of improvements to the stadium, especially.
Yes.
And it's little things like the sign that said the Panther Pit under the scoreboard here in the West End Zone for years. You guys listening probably remember that. Or the sign that hung here over top of the press box that said, "Welcome to the Panther Pit."
Braden Hervey on the free kick all the way into Black Knight territory. There is a flag at about the 46.
How about this? If anybody out there has pictures of the white pines that used to line this field before the track was put in, when it really felt like a pit down in here. Or how about pictures of cuts and bruises from the lack of grass that this place used to have?
That's one of the stories that we are tracking down, how the Panther Pit actually got its name.
Yep.
We've gotten a few.
Personal foul, illegal low block, kicking team, 15-yard penalty for the end of the run, first down Franklin.
We are not going to reveal. We're not going to reveal who gets credit for it. But I will tell you this: Joe Hall, who's been a part of Franklin football for a long time, is credited for telling us, chasing down exactly where the name the Panther Pit came from, and you might be surprised. Got to stay tuned. We'll have these documentaries out here toward the end of the season. We're teasing people. We're not telling what we're going to do, George. We're going to have out some documentary videos that are going to be fun. A lot of fun.
A lot of history. Pitch goes to Hervey. He's been the workhorse. Hervey cutting out. Hervey knocked down at about the 10-yard line as he was seeing pay dirt.
Oh,
this is going to be first and goal, I believe, for the Panthers.
He was excited. I don't know who it was that got his heel, but on the bus ride home tonight, that kid's going to tell the rest of his teammate, I did keep him from scoring one touchdown. Terrell breaks the huddle, and Panthers come back to the line of scrimmage.
It will be first and goal right at the 10-yard line. Hervey again. Right up the middle goes Hervey, fighting his way down to the 4-yard line. The Panthers are knocking on the door once again.
And I got to tell you, for the second straight week, George, defense have been the story for the Franklin Panthers, and I got to believe a lot of it is due to the play up front by that defensive line. We have not called a lot of names tonight, and I apologize. We're going to, I promise, because I was really impressed with the way they played last week and allowed the linebackers of the Franklin Panthers to make tackles. Talking about Garrett Young, talking about Attic Sutton.
Yep. Going to be second down and goal from the 5. Terrell hands to Hervey again. Hervey fighting his way to about the 1-yard line. So it'll be third and goal at the 1 as we tick under 2.5 left here in the third quarter. George Young along with Byron McClure. Glad that you are with us as we are past the top of the hour of 9 o'clock. Our executive producer tonight, Philip Angel. Josh Chastain on our lone man camera tonight. Glad that you are with us on this free presentation of North Carolina High School Athletic Association high school football. Third and goal from the 1. Hervey. He's in. Touchdown, Franklin.
Took a minute, took a couple extra plays, but number 11 deserved another touchdown on his record book. He's been the man for 2 weeks in a row, like I said. Not only has he been the workhorse, George, he's been the heart and soul of this Panther squad. He is from the top down. The energy is different, and it starts with this upperclassman leadership that we have.
Riddle will put it through, and it is up and good. 23-0 is Your new score with a minute and 52 seconds left. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
All right, we're going to take a break, as evidently our audio wasn't on there for a little bit. Sorry about that. We're going to take another break. Stay with us.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services. Join FPSN each month during the school year as we spotlight outstanding performances from student athletes with the First Citizens Bank and Corbin Dental Athlete of the Month video feature. It's presented by Corbin Dental, a locally owned dental practice providing comprehensive and advanced dental care in Franklin. With deep local roots and a passion for service, Corbin Dental takes pride in providing world-class care right here at home. And by First Citizens Bank, helping families and businesses make more of their finances for over 125 years. First Citizens Bank, forever first. Member FDIC.
$23-0. The Panthers on top of the Robbinsville Black Knights. Again, we are working through some of the new technology we have here in the booth, and it's causing some issues with some sound from time to time. We appreciate folks letting us know. We're going to be on top of it. It's Hervey with the flag down. This one's coming back, unfortunately.
There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, they're gonna get somebody for however it was we sealed that in. We're gonna call a hold there. Let's see.
If we see it. Is that
Oh
right
yeah.
there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Garrett Young got that left arm outside for just a minute. That's all it took. Good call.
So they're going to back him up from the 50-yard line.
We'll give a shout out to John Welch. We put out a APB for some photos, George.
Yes, he showed me that.
John Welch, right on the spot here, sent me one from the inaugural season, 1949, somewhere in the 48-49. Obviously, a team with very humble start beginnings lined up here in the picture. And John had I believe it was an uncle that played on that team that went on to play at Carson Newman. Thank you, John Welch.
First down. Garrett Young, the ball carrier. Garrett across the 50 gets the penalty yardage back and a couple more. And it'll go into Robbinsville territory.
I'm going to tell you, just like Daddy and uncles before him, he's going to affect the game. Now, this year you got Braden Hervey, you got Attic Sutton. So Garrett doesn't have to carry the football as much. He will. He will. He's going to get his turn, and he'll be playing all three phases of the game, just like his uncle Jeremiah, who did it most recently, did for the Panthers.
Second down and 8. Terrell looks to the near side to get the call. And to Hervey. And Hervey gains a couple to about the 46. He's going to bring up third down and about 6 now. Make it 3rd and 5. Notice on the far side, you see a good shot of it there, Byron. We've got an LED down marker.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
That's new technology on the far side.
I can see it now, right?
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, you guys watching at home can't see this, but talking about I can see it, I have got a big screen right here on my left shoulder. I'm in a movie theater practically.
Yeah, you're like the kid on the front row of the movie theater and looking up at the screen.
Things are getting better at FPSN. You guys are buying advertisements. We went up from a 24-inch replay monitor here in the booth to a, what is this, a 50-inch television.
50-incher. Yeah. Well, we said, hey, it's the last year of the Panther Pit. They're going to be tearing this place down, so we'll drill some holes in the wall and mount this thing on there.
I love it. I love it. And in all seriousness, TVs aren't that expensive.
No, they're not.
Groceries. It costs more to get groceries for a week.
I know.
Than to go buy an LED TV. That's it's crazy.
It is. 3rd down and 5. as Terrell will settle under center. On a play fake. Set up the screen.
Nice.
It's Hervey. He's got a lane. Cuts it. Hervey shakes a defender.
Nice. Take care of 3 here. Take care of him.
Hervey.
There you go.
Touchdown. Braden Hervey.
We're sort of rubbing it in here. This is.
Oh, there comes a flag.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
That flag got up there,
Yeah,
too.
it did. Well, it was right out of our camera view, but you see it on the
play on
field.
sportsmanlike conduct on the offense. The result of the play is a touchdown, and that 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Well, something after the play, I'm sure, in celebration mode, and that'll be talked about later. But let's talk about the play, man. What a greatly designed and executed screen there to throwback pass there to Braden Hervey, and some really superb downfield blocking.
Riddle able to split the uprights. 10-21 left in this ball game. The Panthers are now up 30-0 as we head to breaks. So stay with us.
Having your roof replaced or repaired can be a daunting task. Let Highlander Roofing Services help you through the process. Whether it's a new roof, repairs to an existing roof, or gutters, they're the folks to call. With offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist, Highlander Roofing Services.
Welcome back. 10:21 left, fourth quarter. The Panthers have tacked on 7 more. It's now 30-0. And the big goose egg up on the scoreboard for Robbinsville, I think, is surprising a lot of folks, including folks here in the stands. I think that may be one of the most improved portions of this Panther team this year is the defense. Going to be a short kick by Sinclair. Hits at the 20. Picked up at the 19. Up to the 30. There goes Darian Ledbetter. He's still fighting. Ledbetter shakes free of a defender. And finally, Ledbetter able to get out of bounds at the 48. That'll give Robbinsville pretty good field position. Right at the, I'll mark it back at the 47. 10-10 left here in the fourth quarter. George Young, Byron McClure, glad you're with us on YouTube and Facebook of the Franklin Panther Sports Network. Executive producer tonight, learning as we go and doing a fantastic job. Philip Angel and Joshua Chastain on cameras tonight. 1st and 10 at the 44. I'll mark it back a little bit. Adams under center. He takes the ball out of the belly of his running back, and he's loose. Adams, 15-10-5, touchdown, Robbinsville.
Yeah, just busted right up the middle there. And again, in real time, it's hard for us novices here to see what happened, but obviously somebody out of position there because he was pretty much unabated as he took it off the right side, and he certainly has the speed to get there, as we mentioned earlier.
High stepping it in the end zone there. Our replay is jittery tonight. We're going to get that all ironed out as we are working through some bugs in the system tonight. A brand new system for us this year that we'll get all ironed out. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Robbinsville Black Knights able to get on the scoreboard. 30-7 now is your new score. As we look forward really now to next week here at the pit is Swain County. And last check, Byron, we'll see if we can get an updated score as Swain
Swain had a good football team last year. Be interested to see what they roll into this 2024 season.
They're trailing Smoky Mountain in the fourth quarter, 21-0. A couple other scores around the mountains. Pisgah is blowing out Inca 49-14. Raven Gap all over Christ School. That's the My 40 Friday Night Rivals game of the week. 48-6. Much of a game there. East Henderson on their way to their second consecutive victory after snapping a 16-game losing streak last Friday. They were up 42-0 over Madison. North Buncombe and Owen in a battle in the third quarter, 19-12. North Buncombe, 21-13. West Henderson on top of Henderson County, or Hendersonville rather, in Henderson County. Murphy and Heard County locked in a good one, tied at 14 in the third quarter. That is very surprising to me. Going to be a short kick gathered in by Braylon DeZarn. Far side brings it across 37, maybe the 38-yard line. DeZarn gives the Panthers pretty good field position. A couple more scores to pass along. North Henderson up 30-0 over Rosman. Tough week for the Rosman Tigers.
Yes.
T.C. Robertson and East Rutherford tied at 26. Knoxville Catholic over Brevard 13-7 at the half. And no Cherokee score on the ticker. That's an update of the scores that we have as we head towards 9:30. Games will start getting over pretty quickly. 9:50 left in this one. Panthers in command, 30-7. It's going to be Anderson Terrell who will pitch it to Braden Hervey. Hervey drives a couple of defenders across the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Hervey on the carry.
Keeps the clock ticking and the chains
Gain of about 11.
moving. Although we don't see the down marker moving here. Do we have a penalty? What do we have?
They did stop the clock. I think there was a penalty. Yes, there was.
Holding offense, 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
There you
That's
go.
a tough one.
Must have been on the far side of the flag because I can't see it over near us. That'll back it up all the way to the 27-yard line. First down and 20.
Robbinsville brought a sizable crowd over here for the second week of the season. You and I always talk about, a lot of times people don't even realize it's football season until about mid-September, late September.
Yeah. Once NFL starts, college is in full swing. Of course, college kicked off last night in full swing.
Boy, did it.
Garrett Young, the ball carrier, he's going to be hit immediately and taken down. Loss of about 3 yards. They're going to mark it at the 25. So to bring up second down and 16.
Carried by Young.
George, I found myself late in that game just begging the Wolfpack to pull that game out against Western. If Catamounts would have won that, I'm afraid they would have burnt Cullowhee down. Can you imagine?
It would have been something. I'll tell you what.
Oh, it would have been a celebration.
Flat pass complete. Brock Bradley, 30. Bradley sandwiched at the 32.
Pass from Terrell to
And it would be something to celebrate. I don't have to explain to anybody why. Both are Division I football programs. One's FCS and one's FBS. And if you don't know what that means, let me just tell you,
Personal
lots
foul,
of money.
Chop block, offense. 15-yard penalties, half the distance to the goal. Replay, second down.
It's about the third or fourth block below the waist chop block that we have seen in this ballgame. It must be a point of emphasis for this officiating crew. That'll be a biggie.
Yeah, that has been quite a few of those, and that's
Will the game clock operator please reset the clock to 8 minutes and 30 seconds? 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank you.
I'll reset the game clock. There it is, 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
boy, this is going to be deep.
Yeah, this is going to be about second and
Nantahala.
30. 10, 20, 27. Mark it back at the 18. Anderson Terrell under center. Garrett Young, the ball carrier, shakes a defender, Young doesn't want to go down.
Yeah.
And he is wearing, let's make mention of this, he's wearing number 36.
Yeah.
If you remember a couple, I think it's 22, was it the 22
Yep.
season?
Yep.
Number 36 was retired. That's Jeremiah Young. Also, I believe his father, Josh Young, wore that number.
Yep.
He got special permission from Jeremiah, because that's his uncle, to wear 36. So you will see 36, even though it officially has been retired.
It had been retired, had been worn, started with Josh, then Parrish.
Yep.
I believe Parrish wore it because Jacob, I think, wore 33, or Jeremiah ran 33 for a while. I think maybe Parrish at 34. But anyway.
Yeah, 34. You're right.
And then Jeremiah, of course, just cemented it. So it was retired.
Attic Sutton, 30, 40. Knocked out right at the line to gain. I think he's going to be a yard shy. Bring up 4th and short. See what Coach Josh Brooks does.
4th and 2.
4th and 2 officially. They'll stop the clock with 7:13 left here in the 4th. Looks like they'll punt it away.
But Uncle Jeremiah, they retired it after his 4-year campaign, and you know, again, like I said earlier, he dominated in all 3 phases of the game. But let his nephew, gave permission for his nephew to wear it again. So thank God we get to see it on the back of another Young for 4 years.
Sinclair puts it in the air. Going to angle it to the near side and kick out of bounds at the 23. That's where the Panthers take over 1st and 10.
First down.
So the Robbinsville Black Knights come out, trailing 30-7. 7:07 left here in this ball game. Portions of tonight's broadcast on FPSN brought to you by Highlander Roofing Services. Having your roof replaced or repaired can be daunting. Let them help you through the process, whether it's a new roof, repairs on the existing roof, or gutters. They're the folks to call with offices in Franklin, Silva, and Asheville. Your local dedicated roofing specialist. It's Highlander Roofing Services.
Got some folks out here: Damian Bowles, Carol Cook, Josh McGaha.
Some subs coming in as a high pitch. Cooper Adams secures it, and he is forced out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. 3-yard game.
2nd down, 7.
Still a couple of the regulars out there: Braden Hervey, Braylon Desarn, Garrett Young. This is one of those pride things right here. This game's pretty much cooked. But as we are under 7 minutes to go, we gave up a quick, cheap touchdown just a minute ago, and it's one of those times where you got to just check yourself. How much do you care, right? You're going to step up and really put this one to bed right here.
Flat pass complete near side. Ledbetter with it.
Catch by Ledbetter.
And he's going to be tackled immediately after maybe a yard. 3rd down and long coming up for Coach D. Walsh and the Robbinsville Black Knights.
There's a junior, Aiden Pitts. And again, I've said it a few times. I'll say it again. We're so impressed with how well we've got to the corners and shut off big plays for people this year. That just is something that, for whatever reason, we struggled with last year. Not in good enough shape, not quick enough, not prepared enough, not whatever you want to say. The defense, Coach Bradley and his team, man, do they have this? This team's playing with a lot of pride, a lot of energy. Fun to watch.
3rd and 7. Bryce Adams drops deep. Gonna fire over.
Oh, nice play.
Almost intercepted, knocked away on that far side by Damian Bowles. Gonna bring up 4th down.
Mentioned Damian just a second ago, and he comes up with a big play here. Played it pretty textbook, giving a little bit of room. Let the quarterback set his eyes on the receiver, then broke for the ball and then batted it away.
5:55 left, and here comes the punting unit for the Robbinsville Black Knights.
Oh, wow. Jim Garner, envious. Jim Garner in Alaska listening to us tonight.
Well, we had somebody in
Thank you,
Spain.
Jimmy.
We had somebody in, I don't know if I failed to mention this. You may have seen it in the
Timeout.
timeout going to be called by
Their first timeout
Robbinsville.
of the half.
Somebody in Spain watching. Saw that at the half. Alaska is a long way.
Pardon me,
What's
their second timeout of the
what's
half.
Jim Garner doing in Alaska?
Well, you know what? I could ask him. I could text him. Ask him.
He may not want everybody to
well,
know.
he might say whatever the hell I want to, George. That's what I'd be doing if I was in Alaska. Whatever I wanted to. We love it, guys. We appreciate everybody. First of all, we love the fact that people are listening, and it's always fun when you guys are listening. I don't care if it's burning town, or if you're the Van Hooks or the Anders and the Terrells in the Bahamas, or in Spain, or wherever you are.
The Bahamas may be the best destination.
It's probably going to be up there above
I would
burning
say
town
so.
for me.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the Black Knights call timeout. I've got one left. You see on our live scoreboard the ticks underneath Franklin and Robbinsville. Those are your timeouts. Hooked directly into the scoreboard here. Collins sends it in the air. Short kick. And Hervey, the return man, calls fair catch at the Big F. That'll be the 48-yard line. That's where the Panthers take over 1st and 10. 30-7. 5:48 left here in the fourth quarter. Could not ask for a better night. A little stuffy up here in the booth, but outside it is.
Franklin.
Franklin going to
timeout of the half.
call timeout. So we're going to take a break as well. Stick around. We'll be back right after this. .548 left in the fourth. Panthers have it right at midfield. 1st and 10. Got a new quarterback in. It's Brock Bradley. He's going to pitch the trailing back, Will Sinclair. Sinclair to the sideline. Out of bounds at about the 49. A gain of about 4 for Will Sinclair. 2nd and 7 officially.
Brock obviously serving as the backup quarterback. Good to get some snaps right here in live game time. But we'll try to get some names out. I see Talon Smith out on the field for the Panthers. And we'll try to get some more. Braden McConnell in the game. Let's see. Case and McAllister out there. Alex Rogers. Of course, Alex is a regular.
Will Sinclair across the 50, 48, 47. So a gain of just a yard for Will Sinclair. So it brings up 3rd down 6 as we tick under 5 minutes left. 4:49 left. Looks like an injured Robbinsville Black Knight. Maybe he's cramping a little bit.
For an injured player.
So we'll have a timeout here as they work that cramp out of the leg, it looks like, of the Robbinsville Black Knight. Next Friday, right here, it's Swain County, 7:30 kickoff. Join me alongside Byron and our crew from the Franklin Panther Sports Network on YouTube and Facebook. And we'll have the ball game for you. As check the score here, if I can find it. It's a final. Smoky beat Swain County, so Swain will be coming in at 0-2.
It's hard to know what that means, you know.
I know. Doesn't happen much.
No, and Smokey's got, new coach and new life and all that kind of stuff. So it's hard to know what that means.
beat Cherokee last week, did Smokey. And Swain had to make the long trip down to Cherokee. We're still waiting to get back to action here. Now we're ready. Played Charlotte Country Day last week. Will Sinclair with a handoff. He's going to push it. Sinclair turns the corner. Looks like he picked up the first down. We'll see where they mark him because he was falling. And where did his knee go down? There is a flag on the far side.
Yeah, I thought I saw a flag jump in there in the last minute.
There's a flag on the play.
You know, you could just let that go, guys.
4:08 left here in the fourth.
And still 3. Holding, offense, 10-yard penalty.
So
repeat third down.
it's holding, and it'll back him up.
Carroll Cook checking out of the game, and in his place is Mark Van Hook, Jr.
3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 for the
So it was a spot foul. Happened right at the sticks. She gained about 11 yards. Bradley pitches. It's Sinclair. Try to turn the corner, can't. Slung down at the line of scrimmage. In fact, behind the line of scrimmage for about a 2, maybe 3-yard loss. They might mark him up enough. They're going to push it back. So it's going to be 4th down and a long
4th and 12.
11, maybe 12 yards. And here comes the punting unit for the Panthers. 3:25 left. That clock is a ticking.
Will don't get many chances, but he'll watch that and maybe think about letting his up back get a chance to set a block or set a corner before he tries to run around. You don't want to outrun your blocker when you've got defenders out there in free space. So, but again, Will's a kicker.
Sinclair to punt it. Adams and Ledbetter back deep for the Black Knights. Angles it near side, hits, takes a pretty good Panther roll, and it's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Mark it back at the 19. 2:51 left in the fourth quarter. Panthers get it back
Running the
offensively.
kicker, receiving team. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is first down Robbinsville.
I didn't even notice there was a penalty back at the punter, and was running into the punter.
And Panther fans, I could be wrong, and he might. I don't know how he'll feel about me saying this, but I believe out there in the stripes tonight, one of our officials is the beloved Phil Presley. Of course, Coach Presley coached here at Franklin High School and had a health scare this past year and was able to beat some cancer, and I'm pretty sure that's him, and if it is, good on you, Phil. I'm glad you're back out here.
Adams remains at quarterback. He's going to fire it out in the flat. Ledbetter catches it. And Ledbetter fumbles it. Ball still on the carpet. Looks like the Panthers have recovered it. Yes, they do.
Of course, I'll tell Phil after the game I love him, but he missed 17 calls.
Coming out of the pile with it was Mark Van Hook. So Franklin will have a chance. We'll see if they just elect to run the ball, take a knee. 2:39 left. No need to do anything fancy and pick up their second consecutive victory and move their mark to 2-0 on the young season.
And for the record, Phil, I don't know if you missed 17 or not, but I would tell you that.
Brock Bradley again under center. Hands to Sinclair. And he's pushed back after tiptoeing into the line.
Sinclair on the
Pushed back at the 19. Gain of about 4.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 upcoming.
George, good to be back out here with you.
It's been fun so far.
We miss our guy.
We do.
Mike Wood put down the Hopawazan and come back.
21-20, Murphy in the fourth quarter over Heard County. That's surprising to me. Pitch in the backfield goes to Talon Smith. Smith able to weave his way across the 20 to about the 18. Gains a yard. Going to bring up 3rd and 6. Minute 40 left. We'll drain as much of that play clock and snap it with about 65 seconds or so on the game clock.
Continuing to see some new jerseys out there. Gabe Easter on the field for the Panthers.
Had some substitution issues for the Panthers. There's the flag.
Prior to the snap, illegal substitution, too many men, offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, 3rd down.
That'll be a 5-yarder.
Huey Holland, listen tonight.
71 seconds remaining. A lot of fans remain in the stands, including fans for Robbinsville across the way. Robbinsville band here tonight.
Again, just to remind anybody, if you've got any good pictures of improvements to the Panther Pit over the years, feel free to send them to us.
Fumble on the exchange on the snap. It looks like Bradley just going to fall on it. And we talked about that as the time ticks down here, Byron. And one of the videos that will be produced will be about the history, about the change in infrastructure here at the pit, the way that the stands have been moved around, added, press box, field house, concession stands, even brought the field up and put some drainage in here.
Couple times,
yeah. And that's what a couple of these videos are going to be focusing in on, as we're going to have a field goal attempt of 40 yards. Daniel Riddle. Kick is up, got the distance.
Oh, wow.
And it is no good.
Oh, just a little left. Nice kick, though, Daniel.
And they let the horn sound. That'll do it. It's a final here at the Panther Pit.
It's going to be the ball game. Panther Nation come back.
Panthers win 30-7 over the Robbinsville Black Knights. Both teams will now shake at midfield. The last time these two teams met here at the pit, it was 2008, and Robbinsville came out victorious by 1, 35-34. In a thriller tonight, the result was not in doubt for most of the second half. 30-7, the final. And the Panthers have advanced their mark to 2-0. The Robbinsville Black Knights dropped to 0-2, and a lot of excited Panthers. As we zoomed in there's a good shot of
great shot. Yeah,
the Panthers excited to get the victory. It was not in doubt for a good portion of the night, but the victory tastes just as sweet. Doesn't matter if it's 1 point or 30-7.
I'm going to say this again: win, lose, or draw, we enjoy our Panthers. We love our Panthers, but I keep thinking about, in these two games I've watched the past 2 weeks, I think about the fact when Josh Brooks was interviewed about coming back this year, he talked about getting the job done. Talked about things they were going to do differently, and he said we're going to play different, we're going to coach different, we're going to prepare different, we're going to work out different. And right now, you take all those differences and you add them up in an equation, and it equals different outcome. 2 weeks in a row, this is the type of football that Josh's teams were used to playing for so long. And last year, not the story, right? And he knew it, and his staff knew it. So hats off to everybody, because obviously if you're coaching staff, it falls on you. But also the kids, man, just the way that you can tell that they have taken the offseason serious. They have lifted, they have run, and I'm going to tell you, if you've ever been there, summertime football practice just sucks, George. It's tough. you're thinking, God, when is that first game going to get here? So hats off to the kids that have made it and have come in here, and you look, like I said, and I'll just start at the top with the leader, number 11, Braden Hervey. He's come in. He's stronger. He's quicker. He's faster, and he's a difference maker through 2 weeks.
Final tonight, 30-7. My thanks to all involved, Byron McClure, along with Philip Angel and Joshua Chastain. I'm George Young. Till next week, so long, everybody.